Broadcasting live from sunny South Florida, and the best way to start your Saturday. This is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. And now your KMA crew. Juan Cancel, the man with the scoop, William Cooper, Alex the Goat Tavella, and always telling it like it is, Honest Abe Dababneh.
I like to smoke them like the Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning to all our loyal listeners, libertarians, and lovers of the leaf. Honest Abe here, and we are broadcasting live episode number 568 of KMA Talk Radio. And as always, I'm here with my trusted crew, the man they call the GOAT, Alex Tavella, bringing us the news, always rumor and teaser free, William the Scoop Copa, and AKA, well, he's not here. I thought he was here. I just saw him earlier.
He was, and then he texted me. He had technical difficulties. So I told him what to do and restart. What he hasn't grasped yet is that this is the reason we get on early.
Right.
So that if there is a possible technical difficulty, we can figure it out before the show starts. So Juan should be with us.
Juan should be with it.
Should be, could be. Let's see if I could do this. It's going to look weird for a second.
What's going on? What do you got going on?
I got the wrong camera.
I could tell.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Ta-da.
There's that
corner view.
There you go.
There you go. Much better. You look much better.
There you go, Abe.
There you go.
Phenomenal. You bounced your green screen a little bit to there you go, a little bit.
Yeah.
I got you.
Perfect. Perfect.
I got you.
All
right.
That's why we get on early.
That's all we
I
get.
didn't realize the other camera wasn't on until you got a close up of me.
When I saw you start, I was like, "Oh yeah, something's
I
wrong."
was like, "Oh, that's the wrong camera." Holy bologna sandwiches.
So what's going on?
I'm just trying to make it 2 more weeks, bro.
2 more weeks. That's it.
You got any Baileys in that cup? I feel like it's maybe a Baileys.
It's no joke, but you know what? I got a bottle close to me though. And it was left over here probably from the dojo night, and I'm almost tempted. Man, it's I had a great meeting with Monty and the crew last night. What was that?
I said I didn't know they were here.
Well, they were actually in town doing a gig, and they were gonna come up. So yeah, I mean, bro, I'm telling you, I almost didn't do the show today. So I had to leave work because my son's been having these altercations with these kids in the neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
So this guy yelled at my son at the bus stop in the morning, shouting at him, "I know you got a phone. Tell your dad to call me when he gets home from work." My son goes, "Yes, sir." So I was supposed to meet Monty at 6, which means I probably wouldn't finish till 8, which means I said, "Fuck it, let me go home right now."
Absolutely.
Right.
We go home right now, see what the fuck this guy wants. And I'll come back. And then Marissa's like, "Listen, why don't you just do it at home, Zoom? You know, I'll tell him we'll do it." So we ended up Zooming last night. So I go to visit this guy's house. I've never met this guy. His kids are kind of troublemakers in the neighborhood. 2 boys, brothers. And I really was like all worked up. I thought this was going to be a major conflict. Like I'm thinking bail money. I'm thinking, you know, all the possible variations of where this could go. You know, I even told my wife, "You stay in the car and you videotape shit. So in case he takes the first swing, I want it on camera." I'm thinking of all the stupid shit, you know?
Sure.
Guy ends up being not a bad dude. And he even said, "Look, I don't mess with my boys. I don't mess with my boys. I mean, I figure boys will be boys, let them fight it out." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from the same school." I actually looked at his 2 kids and said, "You guys want to fight? Because you guys want to fight, we could fight right now. Your dad and I can watch." His dad's like agreed with me, and the kid's eyes lit up. I'm like, "No, are you sure? Do you want to fight? Because let's go." They're like, no, sir. No, sir. I'm like, all right, well, then stop this shit. You know? But I guess Asher said something to his daughter, or he claims he said something to his daughter. My son denies it. Because you can't mess with a guy's daughter. Somebody messes with my daughter, I'm going.
Yeah,
listen,
absolutely.
You could
fair. It's fair.
You
fair.
right. You could beat up with
totally
my
fair.
yeah. A normal kid, if he gets in a fight with my
So,
kid, he gets
and
his kid,
even
I ain't doing
saying that, the guy
Yeah.
did right. Yo, tell your father to call me. Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
So Asher swears it's the brother setting him up. The girl wasn't home, so I could talk to her because I probably could have got a vibe. But, it's totally in my son's realm of possibility to say something stupid that he's not even conscious of, because that's the way he is.
He does that. He says the Carmine does that.
Yeah.
Say stuff they don't even know what it means.
My boys did the
They
same
don't
thing,
even-
Abe. Yeah.
They don't even know what it means. They heard somebody else say.
Yeah.
So the guy ended up being not a bad guy. I got no issues with him. Come home, start prepping for my meeting with Monty and whatnot. Fucking Petra rear ends a fucking car.
Oh no! Well, it was inevitable. Everybody has their first crash.
Second incident. It hasn't been a year.
Oh, is it? I didn't realize it was the second.
The other one, she had a parked car when she was going to school, trying to park her car.
She had a parallel park.
No, straight parking. Bro, it's all stupid not paying attention. Then she's trying to argue with me that it's not that she's not paying attention. You rear-ended the car. There's no other way you could rear-end a car without not paying attention.
Right.
Like, literally.
That's it. Yeah. You were on your phone. You were doing something.
Whatever. It was.
Yeah.
Thank God it was just her and her sister in the car. I didn't even look at the damage in her car because I don't give a fuck. But the other woman got barely damaged, but then she made a comment to Petra's like, oh, I just had spinal surgery. I'm like, here we fucking
just don't say a word yet.
I almost jumped off a cliff.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Technically, that's actually good, Abe. You just had spinal surgery. There's no way to tell me it's from your surgery.
Right. Pre-existing condition.
Technically,
My wife wasn't far. She went and saw them. She says, look, they look like nice people. We'll see what happens. I told my daughter, I told her outright, man, look, I covered your first incident. We paid it without going through insurance, which she's paid me back for. If this woman does something and you have one more, you just ain't going to drive. All that's telling me, if you have 3 incidents a year, you're just not driving. You're going to be an Uber girl, and that's just the way it's going to be because you're not mature enough or you don't have the responsibility ready to drive. Because I keep telling you, this thing is a lethal weapon. It's not a joyride. It's not a toy. This ends lives, kills lives, maims people. And if you ain't ready to be awake and 100% conscious while you're driving, sorry, kid, you're just not going to drive. That's just the bottom line. I'm not paying fucking $7,000 a year for your insurance.
Right,
Abe,
yeah. I have the record for someone getting in an incident in my house with getting a driver's permit. First day out with my son.
Oh,
he went with my wife.
That is a record.
Yeah. And I had to really sit him down after that, saying, you may not be ready for a permit after that, because I said, again, I said the same things, this is the first time out in a car. He does this.
I can beat that, Coop. I can beat that.
You beat that. You can't.
He stole a car. He stole a car when he was 13.
No. I got rear-ended. I got rear-ended on a test drive.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
I got rear-ended on a test drive. Yeah. Literally on a test drive.
Oh my goodness.
Needless to say, I didn't buy the car.
No.
So yeah, it was a very fucking trying day yesterday. I'm like, what the fuck else is gonna go wrong here?
How many drivers you got, Abe, right now?
One.
Yeah, we're for 4 kids. I'm just telling you.
Right.
It's just the beginning, Abe. It's just the beginning.
I got a plan because 2 years apart. Right, they're all 2 years apart, so I got the plan. Second one doesn't get to drive till the other one turns 18. Because when she turns 18, she gets her own insurance, bare minimum insurance. I don't give a shit because right now I got to insure her because to the max because I'm liable.
Yep.
As soon as she hits 18, car goes in her name. She buys the car from me. Blah blah blah. She's done. Then I do the other one, and I just rinse and repeat every 2 years with the kids. The other one doesn't get to drive until the other one turns 18.
I'm
not insuring more than one kid at the same time. Her insurance is 3 times my insurance. 3.
Sure. Well, wait till you have boys.
16,
wait till you have boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the last one.
I had 3 boys.
He's gonna walk till he's 18. Fuck him.
Yeah,
he's the last one.
He's the one who's going to drive the most. The boys want to drive a lot more, so they want cars and stuff like that. So
I could see that. Juan
Yeah.
Cancel, good morning.
Good morning, Juan. Yeah.
Everything is against me.
You guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh,
You had a
great
little bit of
sound.
background noise. That's why. Yeah, it's Mike.
Great
Yeah.
sound. I'm glad we bought you that camera.
And that microphone.
Microphone, yeah.
For some reason, I'm in the middle of a move, and if you guys do moves, you guys know how terrible they are. But
Yeah, I could tell how empty. Wherever you're at, it sounds very empty.
yeah, I'm in the middle of a move, and it is just it's been issue after issue. I had a humongous issue with the movers. It was actually
Where are you
crazy.
moving?
Moving to Florida.
Damn it.
South.
I wonder
We're
how
on
that
South,
happened.
and
We need to call DeSantis. Close the borders. Fucking this guy.
I'm already in Florida. I'm at the halfway point. I'm in the Tampa area right now as we speak, and by Monday I'll be in the Pompano Beach area. That's where
Weren't
we
you in Atlanta?
Yes, we were in Atlanta. We moved.
How do you
we
come
li-
down?
Oh, so you're on the road
75.
already?
No, he goes down 75.
I go down 75.
Yeah.
and I'm stopping because it would have been like a 9-hour drive from Atlanta to Pompano, but I stopped by my friend that lives in Tampa.
You gonna pick up some mouth hole and bring Ray some cigars?
I already sent Ray cigars.
Oh,
but
you did. I saw that. I saw that.
I should
I
stop
saw
again.
that.
Now, we'll see how I feel. I had such a terrible experience with the movers. Listen to this. I was gonna do it easy. The movers were gonna come, get all our stuff, and there was nothing we really had to do. The movers get to the house, they quote us one price, and I kind of was expecting it to happen. Like they underquote you, and then they $1,000. Yeah, but it went from $2,500 to almost $6,000 And the thing is, we were on top of these people. Like, hey, listen, we got this, we got that. We're updating them because when you first book them, you don't have like all the information, but we got everything, and we would stand. Don't worry about it. We got you. We get there, boom. It goes from $2,500 to $6,000, and then I was like, at one point we talked to Haggle, but the guy says no American Express, and the reason they do that because if something happens, you can't get your money
American
back.
Express is easy to charge back. That's why they don't take them.
That's why they don't do it. Yeah,
I know that game.
That's
Yeah,
why-
because it's too easy.
The minute he said that, I said, get out. And then it was chaos because we had everything. And, we didn't know what was going on, but I sat down, I had a cigar, cup of coffee to relax, and it kind of cleared my mind. And I was like, let me try U-Haul. And, U-Haul, what a great save they did. It's $700 to rent the 20-foot truck plus one of those auto hitches. And they even set you up with people that load your truck, and probably soup to nuts is gonna run me 2 G's. So it was a blessing.
Yeah. Those interstate moves, they do that all the time, Juan, with these quotes. Because I went through something similar when we moved to Charlotte, by the way.
Well, because
It's
here's the way they work. Here's the way these moving companies work.
I paid it, which was a dummy.
Because
I
know guys that do this. Movers, the actual moving company normally doesn't get it until you talk to a broker, right? And that's what happens. And they have these brokerage rooms where they broker, because essentially what they try to do, especially these interstate ones, they want to make them hit as many stops as they can when they're on a route. So you're talking to a broker, right? Literally, it's a call room. And they quote you some low bullshit, and they don't give a shit, knowing that, like you said, the moving company's going to get there and they're going to say, oh, wait a minute, it's going to cost, $3,000 more than they said. And you're like in the middle of a move, and most people are like, what the hell am I going to do? I'm stuck.
Because you budget that. You budget all that into,
because you think, all right, this guy said it was going to cost $3,000. Next thing I know, this guy's telling me it's $6,000. Yeah, that's what those moves, especially if you're looking at somebody online. It starts at a brokerage firm and they just broker out.
Oh my God. It really took the winds out of my sail. I don't know what was going to happen, and we were supposed to move in on Monday. So I was like, well, what's going to happen?
You should have.
And the reason they do that is they want to coordinate. So when they drop you in Florida, they want to have somebody in Florida that they're picking up heading back north. So they get all these brokerage, leads coming in of, who can take what and where, and they navigate it. But that's what they do. They rip you off. I already made it. I'm most likely moving in May. We already decided we're not. I have a month from the time I get the house to the time I move in. We're not using movers. I'll move my house within a month. I just don't want to deal with it.
The U-Haul thing was great too because I rented four guys for 3 hours.
We got some good movers that we use for the Great Smoke, Alex.
Oh yeah.
Who do you got? Yeah, I mean, I would use like a Rubin and crew. I mean, that's my, or
Like
guys like that.
Let me just tell you something, especially with the big furniture, man.
I'm moving local. Well, remember, I live in a
Guys
apartment.
like
I don't have a ton of shit right now.
Let me just tell you something, especially with the big furniture. Guys like Ruben, they're awesome, but they're the guys that also scrape your whole fucking wall, bringing your fucking couch in.
Right.
You know, let me tell you something. Marissa has got a good company that we've used now for the Great Smoke. We like them, so check with her. They're pretty good.
I do got to check with her because the move would be local.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very local.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're good. They're on time. They show up. They come with a crew. They pack everything up, load them on a truck, unload it. Man, could be worth it.
Yeah, I got to see what they cost.
It's not the small shit. That's knick-knack.
Yeah, it's the beds and the fucking
yeah.
Modular couches that break into 10 fucking pieces.
Fuck, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. So it's Raj's birthday today. Happy birthday, Raj.
Happy birthday, Raj.
Happy birthday, Raj. That's right.
Raj is my Philadelphia. He's my Philadelphia sports partner, Raj.
Very good.
He Cooper, whenever
Alex is having intimate conversations with my dad during
whenever
the Super Bowl.
a Philadelphia team is in like the playoffs, he texts me during the Phillies runs. He texts me during the Super Bowl runs.
Good man.
Raphael, good morning.
So I will be lighting up a Raj today in celebration of the Raji cigar in celebration of Raj's birthday today. What are you guys at home all smoking this morning? Just to check in.
Hey, can you share how old your dad is?
I believe he's 81. If my memory serves me, last year his party. I'm thinking last year was his party.
So let me ask you a question: Is he pretty at 81?
Right. This year.
At 81, is he sharp? Because I don't want. I'm seeing my grandmother. She's like 97. She's basically a big baby, diapers, the whole 9 yards. Listen, if I'm like that, I don't want to live that long.
National. You want me to my opinion on national, broadcast on the sharpness of my father? Is that what you want?
Is he good though? Because
I mean,
he's good, man. He's good.
Listen,
he's traveling.
Here's the thing.
He's going to be. Listen to me. He's going to be a PCA. You can ask him yourself.
Okay.
Look, I mean, the guy's 81 years old. Obviously, everybody slows down. But just the fact, like I said, the guy's texting me about Super Bowls and World Series. He still has his wits about him. He's still, he's not, an aloof 80-year-old. I don't think Abe's ever going to have to go, get a phone call. Your father is wandering down Congress Avenue. Somebody. Raj is still sharp and he's good. He's a good 80.
Hey,
listen, my dad's only issue, and it's been getting worse, and he's struggling with it. Is he's got back problems, and he's had a couple surgeries, and he can't really stand for a long period of time or walk long distances because of it. And that's the biggest issue he's really got. My dad used to always go to the trade show with me, and he wanted to go again. And I said, look, you can go, but you're going to have to get a scooter. And I think one year he said, fuck that. He didn't go. But he actually agreed this year. He's going to get a scooter. Because let me tell you something, man. I'm beat up walking that trade show floor.
It's very worked up.
Yeah. I mean, just get the scooter, man.
Your dad, though.
If it wouldn't be so embarrassing, I'd ride around the scooter myself.
Your dad is a great example of if you work hard and put the work in, you'll be able to enjoy your life later. Your dad, listen, your dad was texting me from Vegas during the Super Bowl. He put his work in and he's enjoying his life now. He gets around, he takes trips.
I tell a lot of the younger people, that work for me. Okay, because today's generation, today's society, look, let's face it, man. Culture, capitalism, media, they got everybody brainwashed, right? They got everybody thinking they need things they don't need. They spend their money way above their means. And, my dad made a decent salary. Nothing great, nothing astronomical. And, I think from the majority of my adult life, I've made way more money than my dad ever made. And
which I'm sure was his goal in life. That's the goal.
Definitely. That's what you want for your kids.
That's the goal, right?
But
as it should be.
My dad, we've never wanted anything for growing up. We took vacations. My brother and I both went to universities, no grants, no loans, no shit. And And in his elder years, man, my dad for the last 20, 30 years has been doing nothing but fucking traveling all over the world. He's been to places I probably won't get to in my life. I mean, literally. I mean, he goes everywhere. He's enjoying his life.
Good for him.
He's definitely the type of guy that he wants to.
Which is the most exotic location he went to, in your opinion?
Bali. He's been to Bali. He's been to Vietnam. He's walked the Great Wall of China. This guy's been everywhere. He's shot. My dad has shot pheasant in Argentina on a hunting trip.
That's awesome.
I'm not talking about in his like 40s and 50s. I'm talking about in his 60s and 70s.
Right.
You know,
enjoying his retired life, man.
He's really enjoying it. And it's so odd because when you look at it culturally, none of his siblings have this embedded in them because they're farmers. They were peasants growing up. You know what I mean? They don't, this, I need to live and see the world is not in any of them. Maybe my dad's youngest brother, you know, he gets out, but like my dad's oldest full-blooded brother who just passed away last year, God rest his soul, he never came to America. No, maybe he did once or twice when I was a kid, but like he wouldn't come. They would say, come on, visit us. You know, my dad's got his brother that lives here in Chicago with him. Come visit us. And they don't come, you know, they don't do stuff. So for my dad to have this psychology, especially looking at where he came from, I'm very happy for him, man. I'm glad he's coming to the PCA this year because one of our favorite trips is when we went together was in New Orleans. What was that? 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
So Abe, you flipped. You're going now.
2015.
Yeah. Because you last week, I think you said you were going.
Nah, I wasn't going, man.
Right.
We're going.
Good. I'm glad.
We're going.
I'm glad. No, it's great.
You're glad I'm not.
No, I haven't met you. I want to meet your dad. I mean, it's good. I haven't met him.
You've never met my dad?
I've never met him, no.
Who? Really? He's at every Great Smoke.
But I've never...
Bro, we barely run into Coop at the Great Smoke.
All right. We're gonna sit you at my dad's table.
Oh, you're a Philly guy, a Philly sports guy. I can't wait.
Let me tell you something. He'll talk your ear off. My dad.
I love it. You can talk my ear off all day long. I love it.
No, so I'm happy. I'm happy he's coming. I'm happy we got him a scooter. You know, happy birthday, Raj. We're gonna have a good time in New Orleans.
I want to get a scooter actually. So
that's what I'm saying. And he told me, look, and he comes from that culture. My dad's literally been in pain. Doesn't take any pills.
Yeah,
nothing for pain. He's been in pain, like bad pain. I'll say a good solid 10 years now, and never complains, never says shit. You wouldn't know it unless you really asked him about it. You know, but I'm starting to see it more. You know, last trip we were in town, we went to see my daughter's basketball game, and we were walking from the car to the gym, and he had to stop. He had to stop, sit down for a little bit. Couldn't make it all the way to the gym. So that's the only really thing that I think he's struggling with. My dad's lightest he's been for like 30 years now. He's I broke 300. He broke 200. I don't think my dad's been under 200 my whole life. I've seen him under 200. You might not recognize. My brother tells me he looks like a real Alex.
Really?
So yeah. So
you don't need to carry around more weight.
And you know, the hopes were that it might alleviate. You know, they say every 5 pounds of weight is a lot massive pounds per square inch of pressure on your spine. So we're hoping losing the weight may alleviate some of that back pain for him. But
sure.
Yeah, look at this. It's so true, man. That's how crazy the Great Smoke is. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It's very tough.
I've literally said to Coop, where the fuck were you? It's like, Abe, you talked to me. There was a year like, Coop, were you at the Great Smoke? Where were you? It's like, Abe, you came up and talked to me for like 2 minutes. I'm like, wow.
No, it's you know,
there's a lot going on in a short span of time.
There's a lot going on, yeah.
You know, which is good. It's how we want it. We know Coop's doing his thing. You know, people are out having fun.
So everybody knows we're getting through this year, but you know, part of working this year is prepping for next year. Kind of how it works, because at the end of every Great Smoke, we release the theme for next year, and next year's our 20 years. And,
but it's 20 years with a theme of 20, something with around 20 years, I would guess.
No,
it is just a 20th theme.
There's a special theme, but it's not like a 20th theme.
Right. That's what I was getting at.
The Silver Great Smoke. It's not even silver. Silver's 25. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, what do you call it? No, but it's the best theme. And let me just tell you something. We've been working on this theme for what now, Alex? 2 years we've been talking about it?
Yeah.
2 years. we knew the theme for this Great Smoke coming up next year 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it is that I had to go through, because we have a lot of video footages, but like the first 4 or 5 years it's mostly photographs. So I literally had to go through a lot of photographs, man, and holy shit. First off, it's really sad to see how many people are no longer with us, because that's what happens when you start going through that shit.
Yeah, I know.
You start going through all these people in the industry, and then you see, especially companies like Nick Perdomo, who's been there. There's 42 looks in the last 20 years of Nick Perdomo. It's hilarious. He looks different like every year.
The beard look, the
thin look, the chubby look, the round look, the pudgy look, the
rip look.
I mean, I got Matt Booth. There's a photo, completely shaved head, and then fast forward, he looks like Jesus.
I remember when Matt Booth would wear a suit and tie.
Yeah, it was really a trip down memory lane, going through 20 years of the Great Smoke and looking at people who have come, people who have gone, people who are still here, people who have left us, and just the evolution of the event. I mean, literally, there's pictures of my daughter, 1.5 years old, with me on stage. I'm holding her, and then all of a sudden, on stage with me 2 years ago, as a 16-year-old, looking at the world. So it was this was mostly last night I was working on after my meeting with Stoner and Monty. When I say Stoner and Monty, those are it's the amazing team that's been doing the broadcast since the digital experience, literally. Yeah. So it was really good. And I have to have one more meeting with Jamie, who's the audio video guy, because there's a lot of timing sequences involved. But it was really a hell of a trip down memory lane last night. Crazy.
It's pretty cool.
I think we might have even had Juan. No, Juan's never done the Great Smoke.
I don't think I've seen Juan at a Great Smoke.
No.
Juan's never done the Great Smoke.
I don't think he has.
No, pot's not legal here. That's why they used to do the Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival all the time.
Oh no, they do Salt My Eyelash.
I didn't even get a smile out of Juan for that.
It's delayed.
I don't know. Is he delayed? Can
he must be delayed. If he starts laughing in a second, he's delayed.
Yeah, I'm having internet issues. I don't know if you were talking about me Juan, or Juan Lopez.
No, Juan Cancel.
Juan Lopez has been to the Great Smoke.
Juan Lopez has been to the Great Smoke.
Oh.
Actually, maybe Juan Lopez.
Right.
Have they missed?
There's a few Juans.
So obviously, to conclude our debate that got shut off during our broadcast.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
The shutdown of debate. So
What's this?
So we had a big debate during the drop.
Eric.
The Molcajete still available, and I stand by this. Anybody who doesn't like this blend, I'm buying this cigar box.
Yeah, Coop team's already bought a few boxes. I can tell you that.
This I might have to talk him into making like a smoking regular thing, because I really, really like this.
Nice.
Look at that box press.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is.
So,
that knuckle sandwich line is still delicious.
There are certain companies that have done the Great Smoke from year one, never missed. Now, even though Espinosa Cigars wasn't there at year one, his company at that time, what was it, Rio? Yeah, Rio.
Rio
no, Rio was the line. No. Those were the line. What was his name?
EO
brands.
EO, yeah.
EO brands.
But those were the first two. Yeah.
Ortega and Espinosa.
Oh, thanks for your input, Juan. Genius. So, anyways.
Espinosa Orestes.
Ortega Espinosa. So, yeah, EO brands. It would actually be Espinosa Ortega, just to be clear.
Yeah.
But, yeah, EO brands the first 2 years. And then I'm like, oh, you did miss a year. And he's like, no, I didn't. Yeah, your son's wedding. I'll never forget. You called me up and I didn't give you a hard time because it was your son's wedding. And you couldn't send people to work the booth because anybody you trusted to work the booth and come down for your company was at your son's wedding. And he debated it back and forth.
No, I remember this. You're right.
He tried to pin it on Alfredo Cruz. No, we sent Alfredo Cruz. And Alfredo Cruz was there. He was there. But he was doing all the other companies he was repping at the time.
Illusion and stuff. Yeah, he had a couple.
Yes. And we have spreadsheets from every year.
Was he not there? Did you look it up on the
Oh,
spreadsheet?
I remember this whole thing about him missing
Marissa-
the Great Smoke. This is
Because
Marissa-
I remember when Eric himself, but I thought his company might.
this
have
was
done
on
it.
KMA. It was documented on KMA archives. So I mean, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
It's because it was Junior's wedding, so there was nothing he could do, and we looked up a spreadsheet,
And that was the good point. Who would you have sent that wouldn't have been at Junior's wedding already?
Well,
right?
his
That's
fall
what-
guy was
when
Alfredo
you said that, you
Cruz.
were like, right.
And of course, I called Alfredo Cruz after that broadcast.
He was no help. He was no help. He was like,
Zero help.
maybe. I think
Maybe
I
not.
don't
I
know.
think so. I don't
Yeah.
know. So he was no help, but good old Marissa comes through, digging through the archives, found the
Mhm.
spreadsheet. 2019, Eric was.
Oh, you
not
should.
it.
Did you do a signed bill?
I was going to bet him.
Ooh.
If anybody saw before the broadcast, I said I'm going to bet on this one. I was going to bet him, but we didn't make an official bet, so I can't.
Yeah, he would have made the bet.
I can't hold him to it. But
I
yeah,
thought
he
he
didn't
was.
make it. He didn't make it. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see actually how many companies, because man, I'll tell you what, going through those booths, there's a lot of companies I don't even think exist that were in the early Great Smokes.
I agree.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean,
A lot of companies there's a lot of companies that didn't exist in early Great Smokes that exist now that are coming to the Great Smoke.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really 2 decades is really a lot for an event like that. And to go from the front, I have pictures. I gotta send you a picture, Alex. See if you could. I'll Dropbox it for you.
Dropbox
Save you
it.
time. I got pictures from the courtyard from the first year, and luckily when I was organizing this all, I did them folders by year, so I can go. And you know what's really funny is that I've been saying the whole time is 2006 was the first year, but it's not. It's 2007. 2007 to 2026 is 20 years. You're just in your head. You say, "Oh, 2006 to 2026."
Well, I thought, Abe,
But
the
it's
reason
not.
you said that was because of you weren't counting the digital one. So I
No,
only,
you
I
have
did.
to.
Yeah,
You have
but,
to. Digital
right.
experience is
You,
great.
you do, yeah, but and you do, yeah, you do. But I think maybe in your mind you weren't counting it. That's why
Nope.
I done the math too on it. Yeah.
Look at this guy from the Great Smoke. Look at this guy.
Is that
He was
Pepin?
wet behind. He was
Pepin.
wet behind the ear. He was wet behind the ears, man.
Is that Pepin?
Yep.
Yep.
Just getting in the industry.
Yeah.
But let me find these outside. Here they are. Look at this. It's kind of funny when you think this was the first Great Smoke. And it's funny is all the people who are going to see this who've never seen anything other than the fairgrounds are going to be like, "What?"
And you look at a guy who became like a power in the industry. I mean, Pepin obviously has.
Oh
Right.
gosh.
Yeah. I mean, he was not a power back then. I'll say that. He was on the rise, but yeah.
Jaime did my grand opening event at West Palm Beach. Now, I'll tell you what's even funnier is I didn't even know who he was because Tropical Tobacco was one of the companies that was participating in my grand opening. And they just said, "We're going to bring you a cigar roller." And I didn't even know who Jaime and his wife were, but sure enough, they were there. And it wasn't like a decade later. I'm going through pictures like, is that fucking Jaime Garcia? He was rolling at my grand opening. Like, I didn't even know. I didn't remember.
Abe, how many people know what Tabacalera Tropical is?
No.
I bet a
nobody.
lot of people don't, and they'd be surprised what company that is.
Right.
No, I'll tell you something funny. I mean, look, you'd be surprised what people know and don't know. I think it's in your Dropbox. See if I did it right.
Put it in my folder.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what's funny is we're weeding out some dead SKUs. We need to make more room in the warehouse. And I was told that Old World Reserve by Rocky Patel has been discontinued. So I looked at our inventory. We only got a few SKUs. So like what we do in a company like that is I just say, look, pull them all off the shelf, throw them for the. We have these boxes that we just throw grab bag cigars in all year. When you wonder where we get our grab bag cigars, and it's situations like this, just throw them in the boxes for the grab bags, and we'll just take that whole line off the shelf. And I made a comment, in our warehouse chat, and one of the guys who, like, you wouldn't even like, I wouldn't have thought he would have known this. I was actually impressed. He's like, "Oh, that's the second time it's been discontinued, and I wonder when we're going to bring it back the third time." And he's like, "Bro, you actually knew it was discontinued before. Yeah, it's already."
Who knew that?
It was a line they already discontinued once, and they bought it back.
Who knew that?
Rob helps her.
That makes sense. Rob knows the show.
That's still, man. I mean, I didn't expect
Absolutely,
anybody-
I agree.
I didn't expect Briggs to know that. You know,
Right.
Rob knew it off the bat. I thought it was funny. I was like, kudos to you. I'm actually surprised you knew that. That's really bad when you become that old in the industry that your common knowledge is like
It's
not
like shit that
common
got-
anymore. Yeah, it's like not common anymore. That's.
Here's this. Let's see. what
Look
we
at
got
this.
here.
Have you ever seen this photo, Alex?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, this is the first great smoke in the courtyard. This is in front of our
Wow.
West Palm Beach old location. Now, outside in that courtyard, I believe we're 30.
Is that Paul? Is that Paul sitting on the fountain right there with the glasses when he had hair? It looks like him a little bit.
No,
It does
that's
look like him a
Padron.
little
Does
bit.
look Paul, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I thought it was
Padron
him.
right there. That's Padron. But Paul Hernandez is in this. He has a couple photos.
No, I think he meant Paul DeGracco.
Yeah, it's a Paul
Yeah.
DeGracco.
No, that
Sitting with the
does
glasses.
look like Paul DeGracco, but Paul would never. This guy has more hair, and Paul would never not.
Is that Arthur Kemper in there?
Arthur
white?
Kemper's. He's probably no.
That's
That
not Arthur
guy's name. That guy's name is Tony Ballatan. He was
Okay.
just a consumer and whatnot.
Okay.
But I mean, this courtyard. My store is. You can see the C in cigars right next to Planned Parenthood. That's where my
Right next to
store-
Planned Parenthood.
Literally right next to Planned Parenthood.
There it is.
That's my store, and you can see that the old smoking logo in the window right there. And then we took this very first great smoke. We took over so. To the one side was the wall of Publix, and the other side was a Panera storefront, and we took over this whole courtyard without the shopping center's permission. Like we didn't tell fucking nobody, and we had like 300 and some people jam packed into this courtyard. And what was funny is, somebody had just bought that shopping center, and the guy shows up like at 5:30. Aftermath, shit all over the place. Tables and shit still out. We took so in the middle of this courtyard. The courtyard is like a diamond, and in the middle of the diamond is this fountain. And then we just made tables like in a diamond shape. So you went like around like this, all the way, like kind of a circle all the way around. And he's like, "What the fuck?" He sees posters on the window. Great smoke. What is this? What are you doing? I said, "What are you talking about, bro?" I didn't even flinch. What are you talking about? He's like, "What is it?" I said, "This is the event we've been planning like for over a year now. You never told us." I said, "Well, I just assumed the old company, when you bought them out, told you whatever. Yeah, we've been planning this for years." Like, "Oh no, man, they never told." He went right back, and then he was so impressed by it. They actually helped sponsor it. Like they helped pay for
I'm
stuff.
sure. Listen,
Porta
I'm
potty.
sure Panera did good that
Bro,
day, and anybody else
Panera
around
did the most business they
Right.
did all year round. Starbucks
Right.
next to us did the most business they all do year round. John Bull, they all looked forward to it. In fact,
Sure.
there's photos of that year. I mean, I didn't show, but Panera set a big table out, giving out scones and croissants and to everybody. I mean, it was a big thing for that shopping center for many, many years.
Sure.
I think that's one of the reasons why they let us get away with it, because we did it 2 years in that courtyard, and then I can't remember how many years, but we literally took over like the whole parking lot. It was like
Parking lot, right.
25% of this massive center's available parking lot. Well, it probably started at like 10, 12, but eventually became like 25%. They got closed off a whole area, and it got to the point where they had to actually coordinate it with Publix, because they had to make sure that the
Their
Publix
trucks and
delivery
stuff, right?
would
'Cause
come
that's
from
where
the
their
other
trucks-
side.
Right.
To come
right.
from the other side.
Normally it would
because-
it comes right there.
Yeah, the shit really hit the fan one year. It was the first year the shit really hit the fan. This is where we had major problems. It was the first year when we did it outside, and we had VIP, and part of your VIP ticket was we had valet parking. So we had guys, but it became such a clusterfuck zoo. People started leaving their cars anywhere. I'm not talking about parked. I'm just talking about like, I'm just walking away from my car right here in the middle of a drive. So no Publix trailers could get, and this was going all the way behind the buildings. No Publix truck could get through. Publix was unable to get their delivery. Oh my God, bro. The shit hit the fan that year. And then we started trolley systems from other parking lots, it is crazy. I don't know how we got away with the shit we got away with back in the day throwing the great smoke. It really was.
Well, I think, like you said, the caveat was everybody in the plaza had a good day. So
Except
Yeah.
Publix. Publix hated
well,
it.
okay.
Publix-
Publix has good days 364
Yeah,
other
they don't
days
give
of
a
the year.
fuck. They
Yeah,
hated
you
it.
know?
You see, they
They
wouldn't even
hated it.
supply pub subs.
No, nothing.
Yeah, Publix hated my event. They really did. It's really funny. We never had a problem with them early on. But this is like a whole trip down memory lane, this episode. We didn't have a problem with them
love
early
this.
on. But toward the end, they started bitching about smoke. The
Of
smell
course.
of smoke.
Of course.
But we had gone years with no issues. But something happened. Look, all it takes is one worker to start working there who starts wigging out, right? And they used to complain about the thing of smoke. And then I remember I sent the property manager a photo of their back door with a coffee tin with about 823 cigarette butts in it. I said, maybe this is the shit they're smoking that's wafting back inside every time they open and close the door. That was the last we heard of complaints from them.
Was the daycare there yet or no?
No, the daycare, if it wasn't for the daycare, so it wasn't for, bro, I swear to God, I could tell stories you wouldn't believe me. So Planned Parenthood was here, okay? And then there was this mega building. This thing had to be 15 to 20,000 square feet that was empty for a decade plus. Like it was empty for a long time, okay? And, you know, we had all this stuff now. We were saving annually for the Great Smoke. And when we ordered, Anarchy came out, bro, 3,000 boxes. Where were you putting 3,000 boxes? Can you conceive of this? I had a little 1,600 square foot store. Bro, I took over that whole 20,000 square foot thing for almost 10 years. And it was a big like square with offices and shit. And we had the Great Smoke room with all the Great Smoke stuff in it. I took a whole room that we converted into a humidor. Yeah, storage. I had free facility for like 8 to 10 years, bro. I didn't pay nothing. It was to the point where we had so much shit in there. I paid for an alarm service. We got wired an alarm. God forbid someone broke into it.
Right,
you know.
Right,
and then there was the where the optical place now is or became, that was empty too. And we started using that as storage. I had storage in empty bays in our shopping centers forever. And when Planned Parenthood left, that's when they bought in the daycare. And they took that 20,000 square foot and Planned Parenthood.
Right.
And I lost the storage. I think like in a matter of a week, we had to get like 8
storage units,
public storage units to get all that shit out of there.
Wow.
Do you remember when we had those? We had public storage units and 4 different floors.
Bro, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. This time of year, the greats, because it was like, nope, that stuff up. We got to go check the second floor. Is it? And we got 3 on the second floor. Which bay? We got 2 on the. It was that was a nightmare.
I mean, if you want to talk about a business that was really built on stitches and screws and nuts and bolts, and I'm telling you, man, it's really unbelievable. And then it wasn't till the warehouse. That was one of my factors into, because look, when you open a warehouse, big expense. The building of the warehouse is not a big expense because it's really not finished. Your biggest shit is shelving and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the filling up of inventory, right? And you're really paranoid. Am I going to spend all this money? And it's not going to be worth it. I got to pay people. I got to rent. But when I factored in what we were paying for public storage, the rent was nothing.
Right.
I lose all my public storage rent. It's worth it. Yeah.
We literally had like 6 bays.
Yeah. So that was part of the things that finally said, fuck, let's just get a warehouse, But yeah, it's crazy times.
Yeah, that was wild. Laying out banners in the middle of a public storage little hallway to try to figure out.
Trying to see which
ones
what.
Do we need. Yeah,
yes.
What.
Listen, our old VIP section, what you had was some, like we said, had leather chairs for a lot of these guys. We were storing old leather chairs for decades.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For the VIP section, man, it was crazy stuff over the years, man. Really crazy stuff over the years. First TGS.
Why?
Alan pub subs loves his pub subs. The man loves his pub
After they turned on the Great Smoke.
No, that was year 3, Brett. Year 3 was the parking lot with tents. We did the courtyard 2 years before we finally said, no, this is not fitting in this courtyard.
And then it went in the back, right? It went in the back parking lot.
Yeah, this inside parking lot. And then
Right.
It used to be just like this section, and then it became like this section, and then it eventually went literally all the way up to that stop sign, all the way to the back around Publix,
Yeah.
So it was an evolution of an event, no doubt.
Yeah. I was at 12 was my first one.
Juan, when are you moving? Like, when are you, like, I'm in Florida a couple days. You'll be in Florida a couple days, week.
I am in Florida right now, and this is the move. I'm in the middle of the move, so this is it.
I know. I'm saying, when are you like in?
Oh, Monday.
In the
Monday
week.
we get the apartment.
All right. So, so what I'm saying is you'll be here, so you should be at the Great Smoke too, right?
I will
here.
be at the
You'll
Great
be
Smoke, but I just have to
Like the Black Plague,
email the
Renaissance. He's in theme.
right?
He's,
Like the bubonic plague, he'll be there.
yes, you need to dress as
I am actually thinking about buying a jester outfit because I'm.
There you go.
Oh, no.
With the whole jester, it's part of the Renaissance and the King's
Absolutely.
Jester.
Oh,
See, I see Paul in the jester.
I was just going to say that, Cooper. I feel like that's the Paul outfit.
That's Paul.
But with Paul, would he wear a jester? Some people.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good sport. He's a good sport. Paul's a good sport. Yeah, Paul's a good sport.
Paul will
Like that.
banana outfit if we ask him to, like legitimately ask him to. Paul's a good sport. Gotta get.
Yeah, you got to say about Paul. We can say a lot about Paul, but he's a good sport.
I almost wanted to show people pictures of this, of what the first VIP was. Like it was, it was kind of goofy looking. It was like a cutout section where you just had some leather chairs. I mean, basically the first VIP was you just got in an hour early. That was kind of really it. That was it. That was a VIP. You got an hour early and you had a little section that was closer to the stage. That was all. And then there were just same round tables as everybody else, but we had some leather chairs and it really wasn't much of a VIP section back then. It really wasn't.
Right.
Yeah.
It's come a long way.
It really fucking has, man. Yeah. So we're, obviously at the end of every Great Smoke. And I mean, listen, this year, I'm really going to make it a thing to try to get everybody to stop what they're doing to look at the theme for next year. Because we announce it at the end of every Great Smoke. And I really hope I can get some of the manufacturers in the back to pay attention. Because
they're packing up usually.
Yeah. I'm going to really try to get their attention, try to get them all. Yeah. Because we literally have a long montage of 20 years of the Great Smoke.
Yeah,
a lot of them would love to see that shit.
I want to remind the manufacturers the event goes till 5:00 too. Just want to say that.
The industry is notorious.
Notorious for packing early. Yeah.
Every event that I've ever been to, multi vendor, every PCA.
Don't even get me started on PCA. It's a huge problem when they do that at PCA.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Last year was the first time that was not problematic for us. Pete Johnson actually was still there at 5:30, and normally Pete's like out of there at 3.
And we literally notated that because that is outside of the realm of what you said.
Because what happened was the way we had it set up is everybody was making sales. That obviously everybody comes because the deals
there
are
you
so
go.
Good. And because now that they were selling at their booths and we didn't have a pit. You
They
packed up
couldn't leave
early. Your sales stopped. See, before you could have left at 2. They could still buy your cigars. Because we had a pit.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you pack up and you leave, no one's selling your shit, and they got to lug whatever they got left back home. So they are there to sell their shit.
Hey, would you have some sort of penalization process if they dipped early? Because I've been to a few places where they.
I'm just
curious.
Listen, it's called. If it's egregious enough, it's called. You don't get invited back.
That's exactly what happens. We don't invite you back. But I was really thinking even worse than that is we would say that you would have to spend a whole day with Juan Cancel. And I think that would just get them all on point.
Yeah.
It depends. If you ask Matt Booth that, Matt Booth would like that. But,
Matt Booth would like that.
Yeah.
Raphael, no doubt, not so much, I'm sure.
No, I mean, Saka stayed till the end last year. Saka stayed till the end. I want to say that too.
Matt Booth
Nick Perdomo stayed.
To the end guy too. Yeah.
So Saka stayed to the end. A couple things strategically. One is Saka also sold out at 2:30, so he really had nothing to do for a good 2 hours plus.
Right.
Okay.
Steve legitimately could have left. It would have made no difference.
Yes.
No product.
But I always schedule Steve to be the last stage interview for a multitude of reasons. Okay. One is he's always a good interview, so at least you end on not a boring note. And by that time, he's imbibed in some liquor, so he's a lot more
Gotta get him grouchy.
vibrant.
Yeah,
a lot more vibrant on stage by 4:00.
Gotta get him grouchy.
Big announcement.
Big.
I think it's in the Dropbox too, in case anybody missed it, Alex. Big announcement. We dropped the news this past Wednesday. Man, this first hour flew by. We dropped the news this past Wednesday. If you caught the drop of the TGS Molcajete, the newest exclusive knuckle sandwich cigars by the Espinosa Cigar and Guy Fieri collaboration. This is made for TGS ticket holders first. If it doesn't sell out, we'll put whatever we got left available to the public. But we dropped new special guest appearance. Martin Cove of Karate Kid and Cobra Kai.
Never die.
Yes. Do we have a graphic? Do you have a graphic, Alex?
It's
in the other. It's in
I
the
love
other.
it.
Oh, you can't
Martin,
do it. Got it. Yeah.
Martin Cove. That's awesome.
And it's
I was
funny
so
because
excited when I heard this.
when I say this to some people, they're like Martin Cove, and then you show a picture. Oh my! And they get all blown up out of excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't a one. He wasn't the one
I didn't
that
realize
said
that
sweep
was
the
his
leg,
name.
right?
Yeah.
Of course,
He was the one that said sweep the legs. He's the one that said,
Yes.
yeah, right.
Yeah. It's
See,
him.
I really knew him from Cagney and Lacey, which was my mom's favorite show.
Oh
She had
my
a crush.
God.
She had a crush on him. Like my mom. On
Bro,
Cagney
he
and
was
Lacey.
he was the good-looking guy back in his day. Like he's good.
Oh,
looking now at
yeah.
70,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
like when he was young, like in his 20s, my God, that guy must have been a beast.
I think he can still take most of us down. So.
Oh
I'm
72.
I'm excited to have Martin Cove.
I am too. I am. That's
Martin
great.
Cove, Michael knows, got a nice little crew.
Michael,
coming through
yeah.
this. Great smoke this year. I think it's going to be a very fun.
Can you guys see that? How does that look? What do you think about that for my
So
costume?
I'm assuming Martin
I
Cove's
can't
going to be a
see it.
PCA this year. I'm assuming. I don't know if he is, but I'm assuming he's going to be there this year.
It would make sense.
Don't know.
It would make sense.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. But if Cigar Aficionado follows suit, he'll soon be at the Whiskey Fest because they like.
And on the cover of the magazine.
Right after we get them, they like to get them involved.
Of course. But that's okay. Whoa.
No, he must have hit the wrong button.
Yeah, probably. But that's all right. He'll be back. He'll figure it out. He's a big boy.
Hey, Alex, do most people actually get dressed with these things? I know you guys been having themes.
I don't want to
for
say
many
most,
years.
but a lot. A lot of people do.
Okay.
Come in some kind of theme. Chinese New Year last year was a little harder, but when we did the last luau, there were a lot of there's a lot of crews that come.
Luau's easy.
The Phoenix Lounge cigar guys, the guys from Black Horse in Jersey. But a lot of those, they got like Hawaiian shirts made and stuff for the event with their club and stuff. So
Disco was a good one. I like the disco.
Disco was a good one, right?
Are you gonna be wearing all your medieval gear that you like to collect? Are you gonna be like in a real, knights in an armor suit or what?
Well, I told it, I'm in good shape as of right now. I may just be rocking a chainmail at the Great Smoke. Yeah,
you're gonna be like a Spartan then. You're gonna look like a Spartan.
I may just rock a little chainmail.
With your speedo and a cape, basically, right?
I'm very disappointed in Abe, who has his costume and is using a prop sword, but refuses to take my 7-foot pike. And
hold on, it's a real sword.
What do you mean it's a real sword? I thought you said it was
a real metal sword. No, but it's just not sharpened. I said it's not a plastic sword. It's a real metal sword.
It's still
just not sharpened.
It's still not the pike.
No, bro, but at least I could sheathe it. I'm not walking around with a pike throughout the whole Great Smoke.
Yeah, what do you mean? It's like a giant walking stick.
And all I need to do is leave that somewhere and someone take it. That's all I need. Now I got to go shopping for a pike for Alex Tavella.
Who's taking a pike 7 feet long? Nobody's getting out of there with that.
Seth is taking a pike.
That's all talk.
Vince,
he does this.
Vince,
not for
Vince,
nothing.
Vince,
not
okay,
for
but
nothing.
Vince is not all
talk.
talk. Vince is not all talk.
Vince is all talk too, and it's not purposely because they do all this build up, and you know what they do? They get drunk and fall asleep. Is what happens. Seth and Vince. By 3 o'clock, they're both in their chairs, stuck.
Oh man, Martin. Yes, Martin does have a cigar coming out.
Yeah, Paulie posted something on it.
Yeah,
I saw.
We'll be talking about it during the Great Smoke.
Yep.
Yes.
That's why I asked that because I knew Paulie had posted something. He was out in LA, I think, with him.
Yeah, they were at Comic-Con because I don't want to give any. Well, I think he talked about it.
He hasn't talked the details. I just said that he's.
No, I think Martin Cove made a video, and maybe he just sent it to me personally and didn't put it out there. But the cigar has a name, and it's based on. Marty has a graphic novel series.
Whoa! If Cove needs a bodyguard, Guy Fieri's bodyguard's available that day.
Yeah, we read your post. So yeah, the cigar is attached to the graphic novel theme and the graphic novel series that he has. And I think that's why they were at Comic-Con. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, good stuff ahead. And Michael Herclocks will get the full skinny during the interview that they'll be doing at the Great Smoke.
Yep.
So Marty Cove will be taking the main stage for an interview. Should be a very interesting stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I want to hear. I wish I was interviewing him. I kind of like, but we'll get him on KMA.
Get him on KMA, yeah.
Speaking of Michael Herclocks, real quick, is it just me or is it the Mandela effect? Or I could swear that Michael Herclocks wore on many occasions ascots. So in my mind, I've seen
we've had this debate. We've had this. I got to upload another photo now for Alex. We've had this debate many years. All right, we'll bring this after the break. We got to take a break, and we'll have
okay, no problem.
Not only the photo that probably caused the ascot Mandela effect, but probably the greatest pair of pants ever worn.
Oh yeah.
In 20 years of the Great Smoke. So we'll have that photo for you
right
after. Wait, hold on. I'm fucking going to break.
Michael Herclocks, everybody.
Hold on, I didn't even cue myself up. Hang on. Shit.
Tag Michael Herclocks.
Hold on. Where is it? Media assets. There we go. So we'll have that amazing photo right after the break. We'll be right back. Keep it lit.
Phenomenal. 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 Phenomenal.
Honest Abe here with the GOAT to tell you about Smokin's Cigar of the Month Club. Alex, tell our fans out there why our club is the best darn club out there.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you why. Because every month I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. No filler, no fluff, no fugazis. These are all premium handmade name brands that you can find in any brick and mortar store in your area. All delivered to your door for $34.95. And our average monthly retail value since the inception of our club has been almost $57. Another great feature of our Cigar of the Month Club, Alex, tell them about the ease of our Cigar of the Month Club. I'll tell you, I hate subscription services. It's always a pain to cancel them, turning them on. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, you're going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. Want to turn it back on? The exact same easy process. You can turn it right back on. We've made it that easy for you. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. Alex, tell them about the Double Down Club. We had so many reach out to us who really enjoyed our selections every month that they wanted to know there was a way they can get 2. And we've made that very simple. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Does our club have perks? Of course it have perks. You want to tell them about the perks? As a member of our club, every month there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, we will offer them to you. So you want to come and get some more, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. And finally, expedited shipping. Tell them how fast we get the stuff out, Alex. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. 5 great reasons on what makes Smoking Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace. Hey, I really appreciate you doing the video with me. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. I mean, you didn't let me get a word in, but whatever.
What?
Yeah, well, great. It's perfect.
Welcome back to Hour 2 of KMA Talk Radio. As always, Honest Abe here with my trusted KMA crew, Alex the Goat Tavella, William the Scoop Cooper, and Juan absent. Oh, did you see that slide? Did you see that slide? He slid in and just I was about to bust his balls.
Like Kramer. Like
Juan,
Kramer.
yeah.
Literally like Kramer coming in a room. He slid into that chair.
Man.
Holy cow.
So let's start this. So somewhere in my mind, I've always I've seen.
Abe, did you
I don't
see
know.
a picture in Dropbox?
It's in Dropbox. I thought you were looking at it already. During
So
the break.
I'll
Yeah,
preface this. So
go ahead.
So I've been like somewhere in my mind, I've seen several times, even like live. And like when I think about it, I've seen him wearing ascots. And I kind of joked to him one day, and he got kind of indignant about it. Like, hey, I've never worn ascots before. I'm like, listen, ascots are very manly. Like one of my favorite male actors wear ascot all the time. You know, Freddie from Scooby-Doo. He was notorious ascot wearer. So
It uploaded to
he
your
was like,
Dropbox.
nah, I've never worn an ascot.
To mine?
Yeah. I put it in your drive. Just Alex Tavella.
And Alex T, right?
Yeah, Alex T. So
According
let me
to him,
explain
he's
to
never
you.
worn them.
Michael,
It's a Herplots? It's a Herplots picture? I don't have it.
Hold on. I just sent it to you.
Everybody tag Michael Hertlock so he could answer for this. Or
So
put some input.
Dropbox. Here we go. Upload. I selected the Alex T
What's
folder.
The title? What's the title?
Image 1651. JPEG. You want me to rename it, Mike?
No, I got it.
All right. So here's the thing before you post a picture. So we had this debate with Michael once because we swore the same thing you did. We probably had a discussion with him probably 7-8 years ago about him wearing an ascot. I said, bro, I've seen you in an ascot. And we had the same conversation with him. And he was adamant. He does not wear an ascot. He's never worn an ascot. And I'm going to show you the picture. And this is what you've been seeing. All right. Now, mind you, this set of pair of pants,
All
which
right,
he wore.
Yeah, wait, hold up. When was this picture and why does he have these pants on? Is there
He wore it.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know if it was in theme for something.
I want you. No. There was no theme.
With all due respect, I could care less about the ascot or anything else.
Oh, the pants. I told you the greatest pair of pants in the whole history of the Great Smoke. Yeah. Right here. Let's put the picture up.
It's a new phone. It didn't automatically join.
So what Michael will tend to do is wear a scarf and wrap it around his neck like that, which is not an ascot.
Right.
He does that often.
That is true.
But how about them purple paisley pants?
Paisley.
I love them. They're great.
I have. Now, this just goes to show you the serendipitous foretelling of the future that Michael was helping out hosting KMA because I was running around setting up, getting ready on a Saturday morning. For that, he eventually became so embedded in the Great Smoke that he is the official face of the virtual Great Smoke. How crazy is that? Now, anyone want to take any guesses at what year this is?
I want to say
2010
12 or 13.
I'm trying to. Okay, so that looks like we're still in West Palm.
This is the parking lot.
But we're in the back parking lot. Yeah. So, oof.
I want to say that he was just starting with Nat Sherman. That's why I'm saying 12.
I'm looking at his face. He looks.
I think I might have been at this one. That's right.
Say like probably 12-ish.
Oh.
What is
2013.
Okay, I knew I was at that one with these pants. That's why I was at 13.
But let me ask you this. who else? And credit to these guys, but who else besides Michael Giannini can pull these pants off?
Nobody.
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 I'm a big fan of the Sergio Tacchini tracksuits he wears.
Now Giannini can pull these pants off all day, but that's
Giannini
it.
could do it. Yeah.
But
Well,
that's it.
I got some pre-Axl
Bulls could do it.
Rose. I got some pre-Axl Rose Giannini pictures from the Great Smoke too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boots could do it.
Not
could do it,
his
but it's
style.
not his style. It's not his
But it's not style. I agree. I agree with that.
I mean, yeah.
How about Caldwell?
Now, if it was
No.
purple paisley latex, that would work with Booth a little more.
No, see, Booth could do it, but it's in the.
It's not his style, like you said.
Yeah, it's in the Booth way. You know, Matt Booth is just insane, and he would wear these pants.
Right.
This is perfectly apropos for Michael, the paisley pants.
Absolutely. But you know what? I'm not gonna do it next week. We'll do it in 2020. I'm gonna.
Whoa, what happened? Am I the only one that can't hear anybody?
No, he went like garbly.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah,
For
you.
a second, yeah.
Am I still garbly?
No.
No, you're good.
Okay. So I'm gonna say I don't want to do it, and luckily I've already done the work with the folders. But I'm gonna start working on a special segment. I'm gonna do the week leading up to the Great Smoke next year. Is guess the year. I got so many pictures of manufacturers, bro. Just guess the year. That's gonna be a fun little segment. No,
Yeah, absolutely.
20 years. Guess the
Well,
year.
you
You got a
guess
1 in
20
20
years.
chance. Well, I mean, you can narrow it down a little bit, but yeah,
Right. No, that's what makes it
still
fun.
pretty wild. Soccer pants. No, Soccer's not wearing that.
Sock is not
All right.
wearing it. No.
We got to name that jam.
We does.
All right. The fine folks at Avo Cigars likes to test our musical acumen of the KMA crew every week with this wonderful episode that we call Name That Jam.
Alrighty. So I'm switching it up again this week. This week, we are going with commonly and maybe not so commonly misheard lyrics.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh, that's a good-
Great.
I am going to
Tell-
read you the.
Tell me you get. Yeah, go ahead.
This is
I don't
tough
know.
too.
I am going
I love
to
it.
read you these first ones. I wanted to see how it goes, so they're not that difficult. But I will read
Okay.
you the misheard lyric, and you must tell me the correct song and
Pour some sugar on me.
bonus points for the correct lyric. All right, here we go. Number 1. Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Tiny Dancer, Elton John.
Cooper. Correct. All right. Number 2. I travel the world in generic jeans.
Painted on jeans. Billy Ocean. No, I'm probably wrong.
Well, I got it. I got it. If you're not
Yeah, no, I'm wrong.
Caribbean Queen. Billy
Uh,
Ocean.
Correct.
Was I right? Oh, incorrect. That's what I thought.
Incorrect.
Billy
Abe,
Ocean, Caribbean Queen.
I don't know.
I travel the world in generic jeans. Damn. I travel the world in the 7 seas. Sweet dreams. by
Ah.
the Eurythmics.
Oh,
Wow.
good one. Yeah.
Okay.
See, you know what would have made this segment cooler if you just like played the snippet of the real song and we have to know what the lyrics are, the real lyrics.
Well, we'll get dinged.
Because
though.
hearing the
Yeah.
wrong lyrics makes it really hard.
I feel like it's not that. All right. Here's the next one. Number 3. Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
Purple Haze.
There you go. He's in there.
Good one. Good.
All right. Number 4. We built this city on sausage rolls.
Rock and
We built this thing in rock and roll.
By. I feel like Cooper's the only.
Jefferson Airplane.
Nope.
No.
Fuck.
Close. You're in the realm.
You're in the
Jefferson
realm,
Star-
Abe. You're in
Jefferson
the realm.
Starship.
Starship.
Yes.
Starship.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yep.
All
I
right.
always In my mind, those are the same fucking people.
That's fair. It's fair.
Well,
Best one.
I know, I know.
Not really, but
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Coop on the tech.
All right.
that's why I didn't jump on you. I let you just kind of play it out. Yeah.
Come on, let me hear. Revving up like a douche. That's what I'm waiting for.
All right, big. You better be quick on this one. It's an easy one. I like big butts in a can of lime.
I can't.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, Abe got it. Abe got it. Baby got back. Sir Mix-a-Lot. That's what I got for this week.
Ooh,
I'm
what a
surprised you
comeback
got-
at the end there.
Yeah,
It was,
Why do
right?
they have that rubbed up like a douche? What's that song?
I don't know.
He says
Blinded
something
by the
about-
light, Don.
Blinded by
Yeah,
the light.
Blinded by the light. He says douche.
By Bruce Springsteen. Well, it was Manfred Man. Yeah.
And that has been this week's
I like that.
episode
That was
of
nice.
Name
Good
That
job,
Jam,
Alex.
brought to you by the fine folks.
Phenomenal job, Alex.
I'm
Kudos
sure they're
to
gonna
you.
love your Miss Lyrics one at the folks at Apple.
All right, let me go back to the comments here.
All righty. Yeah, those were some pants by Herklots, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you ever make it to that pizza place that you asked me about? I'm going today.
What place?
Or I took the picture. How you
Probably
doing?
not.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
going
yeah.
today. That is the closest thing you're going to find down here to New York pizza. I mean, like legit New York pizza. It's not, I'm not going to say it's the same, but it's better than probably some New York pizza. But it was, I was shocked. How you doing? Why is it not snowing?
Where?
It's in Boynton Beach, but way west, like 441 West.
Oh,
I
they
didn't
got,
know
a
Boynton.
they got a Boca one too.
Ooh, go to it.
No, it's Federal Highway. Boynton Beach is way closer.
Is it? I don't
The
know.
Boca
That kind
one's
of
on
sounds like
Fe-
you're in your halfway point.
I mean, let me see. What's
Yeah,
that?
were you
Spanish
you're
River
Like right,
Federal?
you're like right in between.
How you doing?
I never knew Floridians are like don't travel like
Boynton Beach.
you guys. If it's not 5 minutes away,
Oh,
it's-
this is
it's too
way,
far.
way. Well, dude, I'm not traveling 40 minutes for a pizza.
No.
Why?
40
I mean,
minutes.
You and I went to
I mean-
Miami for a pizza.
No, dude, we went to the bathhouse and went and got
With the pizza in the plan. With the
Yeah,
pizza in
sure,
the
but I'm
plan.
not just. I mean, I'm not driving 40 minutes to pick up a pizza and take it home.
No, you can't take this home. I bought a pizza home, and it was still good, but it's just
Literally, like Gateway and
can't take it home. Can't take-
Yeah.
They got a pistachio pizza. They got. I mean, it was good. It was good shit. I'm kind of looking forward to it. My wife had plans to make some Philly cheesesteaks last night. All right. And the whole Petra fender bender fucked up all our plans of going shopping, getting the shit, whatever. So what does she come home with instead? 2 Costco pizzas. Most
Oh,
disgusting
wow.
pizzas ever.
They're not bad.
Oh,
well,
wow.
they're not for
They're
the price. They're not bad
terrible.
for the price. Right.
Yeah,
for the price.
They're terrible, man. It was literally fucking fluffy bread with some tomato sauce on it. It was terrible.
The hot dogs are better at Costco.
There's nothing than having bad pizza that makes you have the compulsion. I got to go eat good pizza now because that can't be the last slice of pizza I have. Because God forbid I get hit by a bus. The last slice of pizza I ever had was that Costco slice pizza. So I'm compelled now to go get. Like
It's all dough. The Costco pizza is
all
all dough.
It's all
garbage.
There's
Garbage.
nothing redeeming about it. But I tell you what,
No.
she did bring home a couple of days ago, which really wasn't that bad. Especially if you look, most of this stuff up, you got to doctor it up a little bit. So my wife brought home these 2 flatbreads that Costco, I guess, pre-makes. I think it was Costco. 2 flatbreads. So I took the cheese one, right? I sprinkled some bacon bits, real bacon pieces over the top. Put some jalapenos on there, a little oregano, pop that a little basil, pop that fucker in the oven. Fucking came out great, and their flatbreads came out crispy crust. It was really not bad. But
Doesn't Costco do this like chicken roll? That's not terrible. I don't know if you guys ever had that one. The chicken roll at Costco. Anybody know about that one?
I try not to really eat.
It's like
I
a
The
try
hot
not to,
dog is actually pretty good at Costco for
The hot dog's
$1.50.
not bad. Yeah.
For $1.50, yeah.
and they swear it'll never be more than $1.50. That's their motto.
They should sell lobster
They get people in the
rolls
store
there,
with
right?
it. That's why.
They said the hot dog will never ever go above $1.50.
Same thing with the rotisserie chicken. So you get a whole chicken for under $5. It's crazy.
Yeah. One,
know
you
what
should
it's
stop at
about?
Portillo's if you pass a Portillo's in your area for the Chicago dogs. They're pretty good.
Oh, I got excited. So there's a guy. So I've been following this guy on social media only because he's in our backyard. This guy like reviews everything around it. It's called Mike is Eating, and he's pretty good. Almost all the places I've gone to that he recommends are good. So and it's funny because he'll be at a place like right by my house. I'm like, fuck, I keep missing this guy everywhere. But he's building quite a following. In fact, to the point where he just moved to Miami. But I saw him do this thing on a Philly cheesesteak sandwich that's made by this guy right here in Lake Worth. Like I would have never known, like 10 minutes from my house, 5 minutes from my house. So we went in there, and the guy in the video, Dana, comes out, start talking to him. And I said, well, just let you know, Mike, we're here because we saw Mike is Eating. I was like, oh man, that guy's got me so many people, blah, blah, blah. But he had a Chicago dip or something. And I got momentarily excited thinking it was an Italian beef. Because I said, what makes it Chicago? Well, it's the gravy. Because that is what makes it, because it's not au jus gravy. It's completely different Italian seasoned hearty gravy that makes a sandwich. Otherwise, you just got roast beef, You got a French dip, basically. And we went there for the cheesesteaks, which were fucking good. They were really, really, really good. So it's nice now to know we got a nice cheesesteak place around the corner from us. But I just ordered one of these Chicago dips, and it was so disappointing. I'm like, where did you get this concept from? And he might have been talking about a Chicago dip like from 60 years ago that I never heard of or seen growing up, but it was like on a Kaiser roll, and it was the roast beef that wasn't cooked really in the fucking sauce. And then they had this au jus that was more like a French dip than an Italian beef. So, I was telling him about it. I said, look, man, and he mentioned he had a daughter so many times. I said, next time you got there, go to Portillo's. All right, this is what you do. You order yourself an Italian beef. If you like cheese, you make it a cheesy beef, right? And you tell them to dip it. Not wet. You tell them to dip it. You dip that whole sandwich back in the gravy. And you can't use a Kaiser roll. You got to use a very hard roll on the outside. So when you dip it and everything congeals in the middle, the hardness of the outside of the roll keeps it all together. It doesn't fall apart. So now I'm in the mood for fucking Italian beef.
Coop, this is what he's talking about. Is it like Brennan and Carr when they dip the sandwich or not?
The style is like Brennan and Carr, but Brennan and Carr, I would say, is more an au jus, is what I would say. That's the difference.
The whole differentiating factor between an Italian beef and whatever else you want to call it, a French dip or any other, is the fucking gravy.
Yeah.
My cousin used to have a restaurant called Munchies, and then it was Fat Lou's, and he homemade made his gravy all the time. So celery, carrots, seasoning, this, that, and it stews in there, and then you put the beef in there, and you just let it stay in there, and then you pull the beef out after it's simmered in there and got all the juices. You slop it in a hard like French roll, a hard hoagie roll, right? And then smart people put the cheese on the bread and then the beef on top. Because if you put it on top, you lose it if you go to the dip. So you put the cheese, or you could put the giardiniera and then the cheese on top to hold it. But then you take the whole sandwich in tongs and you dip the whole sandwich right back into that gravy for like 1 or 2 seconds. Pull it out. Sloppiest sandwich you'll ever have. One of the greatest sandwiches you ever have.
Brennan and Carr at a place in Brooklyn on Nostrand Avenue with Juan and I were talking about. They actually will dump the gravy on top of the sandwich and serve it.
They call that wet in Chicago. If you want,
it's like super wet. It's like super wet, is what I'll tell you. It's really, and you could get that beef broth on the side and just have it as a soup. It's that good, and it's it's excellent.
You could get a full dip or a half a dip. Like the half dip is to take the top of the bun and do that, or the entire sandwich.
Yeah, that's why they put it all over. You want
the whole thing. Listen to me.
It got me sold on full dip. Yeah.
Look, we said go to Mouthhole Barbecue, but if you don't go to Mouthhole Barbecue, at least find the nearest. There's a Portillo's there. Go there. Get an Italian beef sandwich. Yeah. If you like it spicy, tell me you want the giardiniera on it, because that's.
Yeah, Brennan Carr's completely different one in Chicago style as well. Say it's a very different taste.
Interesting. Nick's roast beef in Philly, which is a big famous one. They do it on the Kaiser roll.
Yeah.
Alex, you coming from from Philly and growing up there, do you bother even trying like certain Philly cheese, like the one Abe was talking about? Do you even bother going? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Why
Like
not?
I don't know if I would go to Florida and even look for pizza because coming from New York and especially in the outer.
No, there's good pizza.
Yeah, but
What are you
Find it.
going to do? What are you going to do? Not eat pizza again while you live here in Florida? You're out of your mind. You make do.
Juan, right across the street from King Corona in Ybor City, there's a great New York style pizza place.
And
Great
listen,
one.
just even
I would
look,
put it
if
up against any in New York.
If I operated like that, I'd never find places like V&S.
I didn't get to go with V&S this time.
V&S is not just a good Florida deli. V&S would be a good deli in the middle of Arthur Avenue. V&S is
yeah.
Is it like Cats? Is it like Cats? They're slicing
No,
it.
it's
No, it's Italian deli. You get that mortadella and the
Yeah.
V&S special. That's what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's good food out here, man.
Yeah.
You gotta find it. It's not, it's not like New York where
It's
any
not-
pizza
yeah.
place you order from is going to be better than.
Yeah.
It's not like New York. We're literally 5 seconds away from anything.
Yeah, you
great.
got to find the good ones.
Yeah.
I gotta
gotta
find a
the
good lox, a good bagel and lox. I want the place to bring the water
Oh,
from
well,
Brooklyn.
I mean,
and make as anything.
Brooklyn. Look, I don't
Brooklyn
care
water
what
is
you say.
solid. I
Brooklyn-
mean, it's not
Brooklyn
the best,
water
but
bagel
it's
is the best I could find down here.
I agree.
I'm not overly impressed by any bagel place other than Brooklyn.
My only
water
problem
place.
with Brooklyn Water Bagel is you get that microwaved egg if you get a sandwich.
That's
so.
what.
I
Their
don't
lox
usually
is
get the
okay
sandwich.
there. It's
Yeah,
not
I
the
don't-
best
I don't-
lox you'll
Bagels are
get.
good.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
best
Listen,
lox, is what I'll
you're
say.
moving to South Florida. There's 101 phenomenal Jewish delis around.
Oh,
But
Ben,
Mike-
I was down at
You don't
Ben's.
need- Yeah, there's one thing you don't
Kasha
have to
Kanish.
worry about
Oh.
is lox and bagels and bialys
Yeah.
and all that good stuff.
If folks haven't had a Kasha Kanish, you got to get a Kasha Kanish. It's
After
okay.
this move, I think I need to get Schultz with you, Alex. I'm beat up, man.
You mean a Schwitz?
A
Spitz.
Schwitz.
Schwitz.
That's what I
The
need. I need a
Schultz.
bro.
The Schultz.
The Schultz.
Get a Schultz. That's
a
the,
good one.
The Schultz
I'm
costs
so
more.
Schwitz. Yeah, you don't watch The Sopranos.
Yeah,
I wasn't
they
sure he was
charge-
talking about beer or the spa.
Yeah,
Schlitz.
we'll go to the Schwitz, but they charge a little extra for the Schultz.
Was Schlitz beer just a Chicago thing?
No, we had it in New York.
Yeah, Schlitz beer.
Schwitz the beer.
It was like a cheap beer you'd get, when you.
Schlitz.
Yeah.
I was
That's-
just there
that's what-
this week with Danny Briggs.
That and Milwaukee's Best is what we bought when we were in high school.
Old
Ugh.
Milwaukee.
No,
Not Old Milwaukee. Milwaukee's Best.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Worse.
had one of them.
Old Milwaukee was somewhat decent compared to Milwaukee's Best.
That was another cheap beer.
I'm a little disappointed. I mentioned it to you guys, but my Cayocho, I'll call them locals here. They won't play chess. They won't play chess with me anymore when people are around.
Because they don't want to lose to the gringo.
And if I fuck up their hustle. I mean, the guy told me straight up, he told me straight up. It's like, we win and lose against you. I can't. It's people here, bro. It's how we make our money. I'm like, I get it.
When you said you were playing chess with crackheads, I would.
No, they're literally they're literally. I mean, the guys are fucking. These are the guys. If
So
you're,
what's their
if you're
hustle? They act like they suck, and then all of a sudden they screw
No,
you.
people
or
play. People want to play. $10. Because these are the guys, and you guys been to Cayocho. When you go to Cayocho like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, a little nighttime, a lot of the locals set up their tables outside of Domino Park, off to the side. Some guys they're playing dominoes, they're playing chess, they're gambling. They're doing all the shit they can't do in Domino Park at night. Nobody really says everything, but yeah, they're getting high, they're drinking, they're the locals. Doing local weird shit.
I would love to see you playing chess.
But yeah, they
crackhead?
remember me. They remember me.
Well, yeah, you probably.
And I literally only called them crackheads because I watched the guy take a hit of crack at the table. Like, wow.
Oh God,
that's what they are.
Yeah,
that's what they
it gets
are.
shady. It gets a little. Yeah, it's with But yeah, they won't play with me in public anymore. So that was
my daughter's in a very shady part of town. She's got 4 hours of community service. She's painting homes in the underprivileged communities this morning.
good. Let her get some practice. I'm gonna need to do some painting myself, so she can come over and paint.
Listen, she impresses me every fucking day, bro.
good for her.
I was up.
Where is she though? Where'd they send her? Where is she? Actually,
45th Street.
Okay. Say no more. That's it. So, unless she's painting at the hospital, she's painting in the hood in
45th Street, bro. And she got up early. I'm like, where the fuck? I mean, I remember a girl. I used to have to yell and wake them up like at 10 o'clock because in my house, even on a Saturday, you're not allowed to sleep past like 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock's the max I'll give you. Yeah. What are you sleeping past 9 o'clock for? What's gonna happen? What are you doing in bed at past 9 o'clock?
Yeah, nobody's sleeping.
None
in my house.
So she was up at leaving the house like at 8 o'clock. Like, where are you going? Oh, I got community service. And then I'm like, wow. All right.
Alex, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
So you were born and raised in Philly. You come down here, kind of like the same thing. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. When I moved to Eastern Pennsylvania, you hear people talk about, yo, you got to stay out of the hood. And I'm like curious. I got to see what this hood is. And I'm driving and I'm seeing this is not the hood I came from. So
No.
But listen,
Florida,
make no mistake. They're not giant project buildings, but it's the hood. You know, you go down find yourself in Overtown, find yourself in pork and beans, even though it's still the hood.
I want to explore that.
Some giant project buildings.
You got to tell me where the hood spot. I want to see them because I was, East New York. That's where I was born and raised. That's the hood. That's like, I don't know if you guys even
Bedford Stuyvesant. Yeah,
Bed-Stuy. I'm just curious.
The hood is just relative
Overtown
to where you're at. It's where you're at. It's just the hood's relative.
New York, right?
Down here,
it's not like the south side of Chicago or parts of Chicago where it's like a goddamn war zone, bro.
Well,
like
and
literally,
it's not those giant project buildings either, but it's the hood. Go travel down to Overtown. Yeah, you want to see the hood? There you go. Go down to Miami, go to Overtown. That's the hood.
Okay. I will. If you want to go with me, I got a gun, so we could,
I don't
maybe find a crackhead too. No, all right, you good?
I'm good. I'll go to Coyote with you.
All right, we'll do some hanging out. And some Schultz. We'll go to Schultz too.
We'll go to Schultz. Drink a Schlitz.
Schultz.
I'm just counting on how long before B will I have to set a limit of time of exposure where Juan can only be around me like 2 hours. Ron, you've met your capacity. Get the fuck out of here. I can't see you till next week. I'm just waiting to see how long that'll take. All right. It's time to find out what has been going on in the cigar industry this week. And we're always going to bring it to you teaser and rumor free from our man, the guy always bringing you the scoop, William Cooper. It's time for the scoop with Coop.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
Cooper.
Yeah, we got a busy week this week.
I was going to say,
nice.
It's got a lot of wrapper binder filler.
Yeah, I'm going to try to downplay some of the wrapper binder
For all you cigar nerds now, this is the time to pay attention.
Yep.
Who don't like the trivial dialogue. Let's go.
So last year at the PCA, J.C. Newman unveiled a cigar called the Tampa Smokers, which was named after a minor league baseball team that played in Tampa called the Tampa Smokers. And it literally had a cigar on the jersey and everything. So they have they showed off a cigar with basically that branding, and it was called Tampa Smokers, and it was supposed to come out at the World Series. And in Newman fashion, it's coming out now for the start of the baseball season. So there was a launch event that they had this past week in Tampa where they unveiled that cigar. They had an event. They actually had Joe Madden, who was the former manager of the Rays and the Cubs. He was there for the event. They had Larry Rothschild, who's another manager for the Rays. But yeah, they have a couple of sizes of this. One's actually shaped like a baseball bat. So it is pretty cool. You can see the one with the baseball bat on there. And so this cigar is scheduled to hit. They say it's gonna be before opening day, so I'm gonna count on them.
Clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. You know, like I said, it was supposed to come out for the World Series. Now you see the jersey in the back. I have that jersey, by the way, and you can't see it.
Cool.
My wife bought me that jersey. It's an old Wolves jersey. And so that's coming out. It's being made in Tampa, so it's being made at El Rojo. So it's not going to be a huge distribution, but if you're interested,
it ain't going to be cheap.
Yeah, if you're interested in wrapper binder filler, it's Ecuadorian shade wrapper, broadleaf Connecticut binder, and undisclosed fillers from Latin America. So you can kind of figure out what that may be. And it's going to go to 200 retailers. So what? They don't have the pricing yet, of course. They don't have the pricing yet, okay? So
that'll never see. That'll never see our website. That'll never see our
getting
website.
rolled in Tampa. Don't expect a lot of them floating around.
I don't know if it's a one-time run. They haven't really said if it's a one-time run or not yet. So yeah, that. Stay tuned for that. That was pretty cool. We were all excited about that cigar, and we saw it at the trade show, and then wondered what happened for the World Series. So, so that will be coming out for sure. CLE Cigar Company has told their retailers that they're removing 5 lines from the product catalog, and there's a difference between removing and discontinued, and I'll explain that. But basically, if you want these lines, they're going to be special order now on a retailer. But the 5 lines are the Azabache, the Signature, the Prieto, the Quiere, and the Aroa Hamastron. So they said the reason was because of some of the packaging changes, just basically were causing production delays, and they needed to shed some stuff. So that's what they said. But starting next week, they're removed from the product catalog, and if you want them, you got to do a special order now.
So that's what that means?
That's what that means. Yeah, there's a difference. So like you can still order these, but they're not going to be in the warehouse.
Off
or
catalog.
Right. They won't be like you're not going to be able to order them. You're going to basically get them to order. It sounds like. So
they're not going to hold on. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do? You're going to order it, and then they're going to go make them?
It sounds like that. Yeah. Either that, or they're going to have a small supply probably down in Honduras.
Weird
right,
shit.
probably. I'm
Kill
assuming
the line, bro.
Small supply.
Kill the line.
Well, they probably will. Once they order what they have, it'll probably.
That's kind of like an easy way to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like an attempt to appease, like, the 3 guys who are going to cry because they actually sell those lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
If you're a Crowned Heads fan of their Juarez line, they're coming out with, like, what they do, Crowned Heads, is they tend to come out with LEs on some of their core lines every year. And this year they're coming out with one on the Juarez line. It's called the Bulldozer, and it's a big box press, 5 1/8 by 58, which when I look at like this, like I know John Huber's not a big ring gauge guy, but this is pretty big. I think he's only done 160 that I can remember. So this is a pretty interesting one. Juarez is a very good value price cigar. $9.90. This cigar is gonna be at $9.95, but you get the Juarez, the regular core one's even cheaper.
Yeah.
So like I was a little surprised with that because I don't see, like, John Huber just doesn't strike me as a big ring gauge guy.
Yeah, but I talked with Eric about it Wednesday when we were on. The box press makes it a little more approachable. Box press at whatever ring gauge, it just feels smaller.
It feels small. It does feel smaller. Yeah.
A box press 60 feels smaller than a round 60.
Yeah, and they went 58 with this one.
Right, and they went 58. So it'll.
I want to see Juarez has become one of their most successful lines, though. It's a very big. Yeah, it's done very well for them.
Sure.
Well
priced.
Yeah.
Good cigars.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. It reminded me a lot of the old Jericho Hills, and it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of have the same vibe, is what I'll say. If you like Jericho Hill, I think you'll like this.
Yeah.
What was interesting is last night. We knew this was coming. Last night in Cuba, they announced a new Behike, the Behike 58. Yep, it's like a 7 by 58.
58, yeah, monster.
But it was kind of funny because our folks at STG decided to get the jump on before they officially launched the Behike, which launched last night. And so a couple of nights ago, they announced their Cohiba, which I kind of think they tried to beat them to the punch.
Really?
They have a new Serie M, Cohiba Serie M coming out of El Titan de Bronze called Reserva Azul. The difference
is it a 7 by 58?
No, it is not a 7 by 58. It's a traditional Toro size here.
Okay.
The difference with this one is the other Serie M ones that they've done all use Nicaraguan Corojo. This one's using Dominican grown Corojo.
Is that a little pigtail I'm seeing there, or is that just like my imagination?
That's a pigtail. Yeah, there's another pigtail.
Nice.
It's a fantail kind of what they have.
Yeah.
Well, that's the signature pigtail that not
like I said, it was like the timing of this was a little coincidental.
So, let me ask you a question, because it's hard for me, because typically I only know my perspective as a retailer and stuff like this. Have the Cohiba, I know Weller kind of had a little bit of a juice on it, but has the Cohiba series been coming out of El Titan de Bronze? Have they been successful in your opinion?
See, there's such small batch releases; it's hard to tell. Like, so
it's going like this.
Yeah, when you're doing a couple
it's
hundred,
trending down.
Yeah, I think now they're doing this. This is like the 5th year they've done one now, so I think it's starting to lose some juice as well.
I mean, it's like what is it? It's like a $30 cigar too.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say it's $29.99. Yeah, $30.
But and I mean, just curious. I don't know if they announced it. What's the price on the Behike 58? About $400.
They haven't announced it. But they haven't announced. No, it's going to be over 300. That cigar.
Yeah.
That cigar
for a cigar.
You can't get regular Behiques for 100, right? 52s,
Really?
54s for
Man.
I remember I bought a box of Behiques like a decade ago for like a lot of money. It was like over $1,000, and it wasn't worth it in my opinion. So
right.
It was a good cigar, but not that much.
I'm sure these will be like $400 cigars.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
If you're not interested in spending $400 on a Cuban, get yourself a serious.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Get your Cohiba fix.
Yep. So we have an STG release of the week, and then we have another STG release under Macanudo.
Double header.
Yeah, double header. They have some. Macanudo has the M by Macanudo line, so they've added some new flavors to it: Irish cream, vanilla bourbon, and honey. I don't know how well this line is done. I've heard people like I've smoked it; they're not bad for flavored cigars. It seems like it's done decent for them.
We got, I think, the regular original M line. It trickles. I mean, it's one of those things you have because somebody eventually wants it.
Yeah. These are kind of Rothschild sizes, 5x48. They're going to be $9.49. They have other flavors like coffee, espresso with cream, and bourbon. So they've done some other flavors over the years too.
I just don't think they're doing enough marketing with the M line. I mean, listen, still to this day,
agree.
If I go and I ask the guys, what do you got for a flavored cigar? They're going to take me to Acid. They're going to take me to Java. They're going to take me to Deadwood. They're not even going to remember that. Oh yeah, Macanudo has these flavors too. I just feel like it's not on the radar of the flavored realm. Even Tatiana, you know what I mean? I just don't think people think of. Oh yeah, Macanudo has a flavored line too.
Yeah. So, and then the last story I have, this comes from our friend Kevin Shahan, friend of the show.
Shahan? Kevin Shahan?
Boy, my butchering his name is going to kill me.
God bless you.
I don't know.
God bless
I
you.
call him Shahan. Am I saying it wrong?
No, I may be saying it wrong.
Or is it Shahan? Hey,
God
Kevin
bless you.
Shahan, can you please clarify us with a video? Whether it's Shahan or Shahan?
Yeah, and I apologize if I butchered it.
That's good. So what do we got? What do you got?
So he's doing this cigar in tribute to someone by the name of Grace O'Malley, and it's called Grace O'Malley Pirate Queen. And he showed me this a few months ago, and I fell in love with the artwork on this. That's actually the cigar with it comes in a what do you want to call it?
But Grace is hot.
Yeah, but she was a pirate. She was apparently
beautiful.
Very fierce pirate back in the 17th century, I want to say. Okay. And so she was like known to really have a good, she had a presence is what I'll say. And I was actually doing a little research when he showed me this, and it was a very interesting story. I didn't know the story entirely but what he did was very interesting is he's kind of tying in the pirate theme with the release. And I thought this was really cool in that he's actually, when the cigars are rolled, they're going into rum barrels. And what he's doing is cigars will go in rum barrels, and they put the cigars in the rum barrels on November 7th. And they didn't fill the barrel up entirely. They just filled it up partially, and they're rotating the barrels. And the idea with it is to try to get more of the, what do you call it, whatever's on the wood, imparted into the cigars there. So they were in there for infused. Yeah, I guess you want to say, I don't want to say the word infused, but absorbed, kind of.
Osmosis.
Osmosis, yeah. So it's a 5x52 Robusto. It's a short run, 1,500 cigars. He's going to be selling them on his website, priced at $52.99. So I'm glad for him. I think it's a nice release for him.
$52.99 for what? A 5-pack?
5-pack, yeah.
That's $10 and something a cigar.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. So it comes with a little also. It comes with a cigar rest that's shaped like a pirate cannon too, which is pretty cool. I have that as well. So, yeah, it's definitely good job by Kevin. I think he did a nice job like planning out this release and everything. I know it's something, but he's gonna be selling it on his website. I think they're already out there, so go check that out.
There's too.
Yep. And that's our news for this week.
Don't say it isn't so, Cooper.
Right.
All right. Well, if you want more up-to-the-date news and things and know what's going on in our industry, always teaser and rumor free, please visit our friend's site, cigar-coop.com. Y'all got to go there.
Absolutely. We have we'll be finishing up the pro cigar coverage this weekend. So,
hey, cool.
Did we talk about that trip?
We did not,
bro. I'm saying you got a little tipsy on the trip.
No, I did not.
Important.
I did not.
Are you sure?
I honestly, you could ask people around
me. Us at 11 o'clock at night, and then you're texting me at 7 in the morning. I'm like, Coop's got to have it.
Well, it was a lot of work. Did I have a few drinks? Yeah, but I don't think it doesn't take a lot to get me, is what I'll say. So maybe you're right. But
I think Coop got a little tipsy.
Yeah.
My favorite picture I saw you post, Coop, was the one with you and Justin Andrews. It looked like a father-son dance. So that's what it looked like to me. Like it was so cool.
If there's one thing I don't like about Pro Cigar, right, and like we say, and it's hard to fix this, right, is at the dinners, right? They set the manufacturers all have these reserved tables, and basically, I kind of wish that people would get a chance to mingle who don't necessarily know the manufacturers a little better. I understand why they do it because they have a lot of that people go to these galas who work down there, so I kind of understand it. But Justin always gets me a seat at the STG table, which I'm always grateful for. So nice. As much as I bust on Justin a lot, he always comes through for me every single time. But it was a good event this week. It was one of the best events. They always do a good job of Pro Cigar, but I thought this was very well done. It seemed like everything they stepped up the game. And if you're not familiar with Pro Cigar, this is put on by the people who run the factories. So it's not like Great Smoke's a little different. It's put on by the people who like own the brands and distribute the brands and the retailer. This is put on by the factories here, and they did a really nice job with that. So I got to go to Davidoff, see their new facility. That was the big thing. Nice. Not new facility. They expanded their facilities. I did get an interview with the CEO, which was very surprisingly. It was a transcribed interview because I only had one person, so I can't really run a camera with that. So, but Bate Howenstein, who's a very interesting guy, got a good perspective on what they're doing. But it was a really, really good event overall. No president was down there this year, so the president wasn't there. So I didn't get to see the president this time.
I was going to say, did you see the Herc?
Oh yeah, he was in rare form at the auction.
That's gonna be my new.
And he did a seminar. He did one of the best blending seminars I ever attended, by the way.
The Incredible Herc.
He is the face of Pro Cigar in a lot of ways now. He does he runs the blending seminar, which was they did a really good one this year.
I would say he's the face of the industry.
When they're private jetting you, so that you make sure that you come and do one of their events, you pretty much should now become the face of it.
Yeah, it was. I rode that private jet last year, as you know, and
don't tell that to Lito. Don't tell that to Lito.
all I know is I didn't like. Basically, it was the same price whether I was on the plane or not. Is what
Lito's not even the face of La Flor Dominicana anymore.
No, Lito's the president of Pro Cigar, and I'm going to say this: Lito brought a lot of energy as the president of Pro Cigar, and really, I think that played at Carrio. He did a nice job.
Is this a new appointment?
Yeah, he got it last year. And the other thing I'll say with Lito, and
who was the prior president? Do you know?
Hanky Kellner.
Oh.
Well, he's kind of Demetrius right now, so he's still involved. But Lito, every day when the buses are loading, he's out there greeting guests. Like, he's out there greeting people. He's like one of the few manufacturers who shows up when they load the buses to go to the various factories. Lito's out there, and he greets everyone. He's out there for every day doing that. And I can tell you, I appreciate that, and a lot of people appreciate that.
How many people does this thing encompass?
It looks like when you go to galas, it looks like there's a couple of thousand, but I'd say it's under 1,000. It's a bigger event. It's not as big as Habanos, but it's big. It's much bigger than the Nicaraguan one.
And what percentage will you say are not industry people?
25%. There's a lot of industry people, and I'm winging this, so I could be wrong, but that's what I would say.
It's all right. There's no wrong or right answer.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah, like you go to the galas and you think like there's all these people attending from all over the world, and there are some, but it's like most of those tables are the manufacturer tables that have like 15 people there. So it's like 12 tables, 15 people.
I'm definitely considering going next year, just as buying tickets and going. I definitely want to.
It's a good event. It's a good event.
After you living in Florida for a year, I may pay for you to go.
And you get to pick which factories you want to go to.
My pool of Juan Cancel jokes is going to be pretty cornucopious in 2025.
One last thing I'll say is I went to a factory called Arnold Andre, and you might not have heard of that factory. But
Arnold Andre?
Yeah, some people might not have heard of it.
Never heard of it.
So they are a German company. They have a big factory in the Dominican Republic, and they make hand-rolled cigars, and they do about 2.5 million. A lot of them go to Europe, right? But their machine operation's enormous. They do 500 million cigars a year, machine made.
For who?
For Europe. The machine.
What brands? Any brands we know, or?
They have like brands like they're probably brands you don't know. They're probably brands you don't know because they're Europe, but they do some distribution in the U.S. They have a brand called Montosa, Terra Nova in the U.S. Those are handmade.
That's some coin there.
Yeah, but when you see how many machines there are there's 124 of these machines. And they make a lot more a day than a hand roller is what I'm saying. So
of course.
Yeah. But the one thing that was amazing is this factory you could eat off the floor how clean this factory was.
You've seen the machine room in Tabacalera de Garcia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
not more. It's not more than that.
It seemed it. I'm trying
really.
If it's not, it's equivalent to that.
It can't be.
It's equivalent. I don't know how many machines they have at Tabacalera de Garcia.
I don't know if it can be. I mean, they make fucking Hava Tampa, Backwood. I mean, there's so many big international brands they make.
Yeah, and again, I'm not privy to the Tabacalera de Garcia numbers. It's big. It's big. Like if you go to Newman's factory.
Oh no, Abe. Well, wait a minute.
While we're doing this,
based on this website, their website. They make Toscano, Arnold Andre. They make Toscano.
Oh well,
no, they distribute Toscano. They distribute.
They distribute.
They distribute.
They do a lot of distribution because they do.
They are big. A lot of companies that use them for distribution in Europe, like Hoya de Nicaragua.
I can see that. I was going to say they got Hoya, Brickhouse, La Aurora, Leon Jimenez.
Yeah,
they got a whole.
Yeah.
Bro, so have a Tampa alone, and I think the number one sold cigar, believe it or not, internationally is Backwoods.
I would say yes.
I've been to the factory, man. They got Backwoods printed like in fucking 17 different languages.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's massive.
I like Backwoods when I was a cop and I would smoke in the police car. Like at first, you smoke a regular premium cigar, you light it up, and then you get a robbery job. You got to throw that out the window. After my 10th premium cigar going out the window, I just started buying Backwoods in these little pouches. And back in the early 90s, they were about $4 for 8 little cigars, and they were just nice flavor. I loved Backwoods. It's a great little cigar for you guys.
I love that cigar.
Yeah, I do. Within reason, for its purpose. Like I wouldn't do it if I want to sit and enjoy. But for cops, a patrol cigar, it's a great patrol cigar. You got to throw it out the window. You throw it out the window.
Yeah.
Hey, Coop, real quick. What was the best? Because I'm a foodie. What was the best meal you had at Pro Cigar?
That restaurant.
Saga.
Saga,
the tomahawk steak carnage. Yeah.
Okay.
We get them on the salt blocks. I mean, they're renowned. It's owned by Augusto Reyes. Owns that restaurant. Saga. It's it's the tomahawks by far. It's just.
Are those aged? Are they wet aged or dry aged?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That I'm not sure of. I don't think they have an aging room there. That's why I'm kind of hesitant on that. But they're really.
Hey, why are you laughing? There's a difference.
I just love your conversation. I just love where you take the conversation.
Dry age and wet age. Coop, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't dry age and wet age taste differently?
They taste different. Yeah. I mean, they're both good. I like dry age.
I
like dry age.
More.
Yeah.
The most I ever had was like a 90-day dry. It was like eating blue cheese. It's so great.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. Coop actually is like, you could tell
I just realized we were talking about steaks. I thought we were talking about cigars.
No.
I swear. They're talking about, I'm like, dry age, wet age. What the fuck are they talking about?
You could tell Coop has the veteran.
I thought we were talking about tobacco, bro.
Of this show, because whenever we're not sure about something, I say it too. Coop, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you if I don't know either. So
he's probably the most well versed across the entire world in this general knowledge.
He's a Renaissance man.
He's the Cliff Clavin of the group in here.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah. So I go there the Saga every year with Fred Rui. So that's kind of our tradition. We go Tuesday. Yeah, we go Tuesday night there, and that's a tradition where we just devour these steaks.
Nice. Can't wait to try that.
Total carnage.
Alex, you want to go next year?
Go where? Dominican Republic?
Yeah, Pro Cigars.
Sure.
Let me know what it. Juan's really looking to. Why
It's expensive, guys. But if you get to go once and you want to treat, I would go. Is what I would say.
No, I'm gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna...
There are other festivals, but I would not necessarily say pay that money. Pay the money for this. It's not as expensive as Hermanos. It's but it is good.
Juan's really looking to make a bonding buddy.
Yeah,
I need a friend.
I have like Juan wants to be like my my deputy, but I have like other guys on the Coop team who like really want to go. So we got to sell some more sponsorships.
But the reality is, I don't want to go there and work. Don't get me wrong. I'm a worker. I know. I want to go and relax and see all this.
You'll be working with me.
Before I die, I definitely want to go.
The reason why I was texting Abe at these hours, I was up late because you want to get some stuff out every day, so it's not easy. And
you know I'm up.
I know he's up. Yeah.
Are you? When's the last time you exhibited at the PCA one?
2023.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
23.
Will that be the last time we'll see Protocol?
Maybe not. As of right now, we're not doing it this year, but
because Briggs,
tomorrow, go ahead.
Briggs pointed out to me 3 companies we have to talk to where if they can't get their shipping, together, maybe we should stop carrying their brands. And he's like, we need to talk to this company and this company and this company at the PCA. I'm like, bro, Protocol hasn't been to the PCA in a couple of years. I talk to Juan every Saturday. Like,
he could text me and we could talk about it. Listen, it is what it is.
Well, certain conversations need a little face-to-face, especially not so much you, but a couple of these other guys, man, it's like literally ridiculous. I mean, why be in business? I'm just going to stop carrying your brand. Right. I place these orders every couple of weeks for the warehouse. Then it's the same shit on the list now, 3 months long, 2 months long. Just get the fuck out of here. Either you're not in business or you're not interested in shipping me cigars, which I know is not the case with you.
Or we could just, I could just close up Protocols and we'll do Juan's Phenomenal Smokes through Smoke In. You do me a whole segment and I'll go and brand these cigars and make them, and then Juan's Phenomenal Blends all sold through Smoke In, and you keep all the money. All I got to do is be the face. I don't even need $1.
I love Juan's business plans. They're so logical and awesome. You keep all the money. I like that. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
You got to trademark that.
I just want to do it. I just want to do it. You keep all the money and whatever.
Yeah.
I'll do all the social media for it. But that'd be cool.
All right. Do we have a Would You Rather segment to close our typical Saturday in the way we normally do?
We do.
All right. It's time to.
We're not doing Tell the Tape, right?
Do we have the
promo? Well, we decided we're not going to do Tale of Tape season 11
after the Great Smoke.
After the Great Smoke,
I'll do a couple one-offs. I'll do a couple next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Do you want to next week? We have a show next week, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Then we're off to follow.
That's the last one. Yeah. Do you want to tease it now, or do you want to tease it next week?
I don't have a video.
Why? It's been done.
We did the video last week.
It's wherever they normally put your shit. No, it's been done.
Wherever they normally put my shit.
Let's see the teaser if you got it.
They don't normally put my shit anywhere. Unfortunately.
Hold on.
While you guys are looking for that, I'm gonna go to Grand Cathedral today at 3:00. So anybody out there that's not doing anything this Saturday, beautiful Saturday afternoon, I'm gonna have a cigar at Grand Cathedral in Ybor City. Join me.
Who did it? Abe.
Ives.
Ives did it. Oh, so then it may be an Ives.
And let me look here. KMA.
I got it.
Found it? Good. I'm glad you did because I still didn't find it.
Yeah. Well, Ives puts them where they're supposed to go. When you said it was Ives, I knew I'd be able to find it.
Oh, yeah, man. We got a couple of guys who Carlos has been dropping a lot of stuff in the TGS Dropbox, and it's chaos. So you can never control the chaos. I don't even want to know what this guy's house looks like. But the only thing you could do with him is say, look, these 3 folders belong here. You see this other folder? That's yours. Throw whatever the fuck you want in there. You just have to give their chaos a little universe where it can exist. I don't even go in there because I'm scared to try to find what's organized and disorganized. But did you load it up?
Yeah, it's processing. Give it a second. It's coming.
All right. Well, while that's processing, we'll end with that. Do you want to do the Would You Rather?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. All right. It's time to find out by the fine folks over at Drew Estate Cigars. Would you rather?
righty, we're going back to Izzy this week. Let's see what Izzy has for us.
I would rather light my cigar with A, matches, or B, cedar strip.
Like, I think I want to buzz her like Jeopardy because she didn't phrase the fucking thing right. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
this
would
is
rather.
anyone.
No. It's would you rather, girl? Would you rather? Holy cow! I feel like Alex.
Matches
Sorry, it has to be in the form of a
cedar
question.
How
Fucking
much?
matches.
I like the cedar strips. I don't know. To me, it's like more fancy. If I was hanging out with Michael with the Incredible Herc, it's just very
Incredible
fancy
Herc.
over the top. Imagine him sitting with his legs
I
folded.
like cedar strips for about
And-
2 minutes,
and
and then I moved on.
They
And
cedar strips
ascot.
do nothing for your cigar. They do nothing. I don't care what anybody
They
says.
don't do nothing.
They do nothing. All they do is like they
it's
enhance.
fancy.
Coop,
no
correct him if he's
flavor.
wrong. Correct
It's
him if he's wrong,
fancy.
Coop.
It's fancier.
Coop, you're muted.
You're muted, Cooper.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry about that cough button. I prefer. I don't see a huge difference other than the cedar strip's a little easier to control. Like the
Fancy.
matches,
and it's gonna last a little longer. It's
gonna
stay
last
lit.
a little longer. I know Bear is very big on matching Cedar's lighting. He's big on, but to me, it's I could get the same experience personally from a butane lighter.
I agree.
Maybe the first few puffs
I
are a
don't-
little different.
I don't see enough of the difference for the work.
That's kind of where I go.
Isn't
But I
If
would
you're-
prefer Cedar strip over a match. I'll say that.
If you're
Yeah.
shooting a promo video, what looks nicer?
mean-
you striking a box, and then, or
I mean,
it's
we need
elegant.
to help them. We need to help them with coming up with questions that actually
You're
have
right.
a contrast, right? So, like the question would be, if you had to, would you rather light your cigar with a 1970s cigar lighter or an electric range in the kitchen? Like, see, there's a question, right? I mean, do you want your face all up in the range but a light quicker, or do you want to try to do a 60 ring gauge cigar with a cigar? I mean, there's a question with some contrast, a dilemma here.
Right.
The problem is it's not Pedro. First of all, just Pedro asking any question. What time is it? Is entertaining? Is this she's
Juan's the only guy that can get away with making that accent.
All right, so Tail of Tape, you ready to
Yes.
tease it away?
Season 11, Tail of the Tape, is going to be starting in 2 weeks, season 11. And the theme for season 11 is going to be I gotta tell you, watching that, if you really didn't know what it was gonna be, you gotta be saying to yourself, what the fuck do all these people have in common?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Greatest
Alex.
TV dads.
Alex, it must be the angle, but you look tremendously jacked in your icon. It's crazy. You look like you're.
It's not the end.
This was a challenging one, by the way.
It is a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Surprisingly, yes. It was very
Yes.
challenging.
Yeah.
It was
It
very
is.
difficult.
I went at this a little different too than probably some of the other things I've done.
Let me. We went over, but really quick, let me hear. I'm curious.
When you're curious.
What? What are you curious?
He said he went about it differently. I will. We're already
He's
at
not
2
going to
hours.
tell you now.
Well, do you want me to wait for when you start unveiling them, or you want me to say it now?
Yeah, I would love to hear what was different than.
Yeah, you can tell. What was your process?
So the little difference is it my favorite character or is it my favorite character who as a dad? And I went with the latter. I looked at
that's
how
very
they were a
interesting.
father on the show.
Okay, that's a good.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
spin.
Hold on. Now I'm confused. You judged them by how good of a TV dad they were?
Yeah.
So if they were like a bad dad, but they were an awesome character, that didn't qualify.
It qualified, but it may have adjusted
Right,
the
may
list
have-
appropriately.
got it.
Yeah.
Got
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
I think I'm going in this judging it who I enjoyed the most as a TV
Me
dad,
too.
regardless of whether they're a good
Yeah.
parent or
There's no
not.
wrong, I don't think there's a
Yeah.
wrong answer to either
No,
one.
I
yeah.
went with who entertained
I like-
me the most.
There
That's
were
what
a
I
couple
went with,
like
who
there's a
entertained
couple
me.
you're gonna see. Well, why was he at like 6, right? And it's because I looked at
That's
that.
why.
I looked at it a little different.
Gotcha.
I like that.
All
I
right.
like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Thanks you to everyone out there who joined us again and spent your Saturday morning with us. We hope you had fun. We hope we entertained you. Please follow KMA Talk Radio and Smoking Cigars on our social media platform. Please check our private community, one of the greatest communities on the web out there, Smoking Social. And until next week, everybody, keep it lit.